right back into it. We're horribly dead. I guess that's a lore shock. What's your status in this game? I'm horribly dead. Oh, okay. Hey, Euro, what's the status of North Korea? It's horribly dead. Oh, okay. How about the Mega Man series? Oh. How about Dragon Age 4?
I'm starting to wonder why Yosef puts up with Sergei.
Didn't I finish this mission? I guess not. Alright, whatever.
I hear you. I can barely stand the guy, and I only have to deal with him in small doses.
Whee. You know, one of my favorite things to do is to play this game. I woke up last night and I realized I had a dream. A dream of doing nothing but playing this game forever. And it was on that day a single tear was shed as I understood what true paradise means. Yes, the PS2 jank is love and life, arguably. From both perspectives can be found perfection. And thus we now understand the gravity, the joy, the peace that comes from playing this game. No other game shall ever surpass it, nor the game.
The garrison's crawling with SAMs. Taking them out would be a good idea, since you'll probably have to call in support to take down that fortified bomb.
Fiona, I'm trying to pontificate here. Do you mind? God. You merely adopted the jank. I was born in it. Molded by it. And yes, I plan to show off the cheat codes, just not yet. So I did watch that quick video on the nature of how the stealth system works. You know what my favorite thing about that is? And I don't mean this as a dig, I swear, but it's really telling when speedrunners who play this game endlessly and forever, over and over and over, to try and understand its mechanisms and details of how it works as precisely as possible, have no idea how certain aspects of the game works. I didn't see a good game till I was an adult. By then it was only blinding.
That can't be good.
Yes, you merely adopted the Starfield. Do you guys, like, kill me really quick, please? Just really quick. Wow, they are not denting me. Look at that. Alright, whatever. Or that, sure, whatever. Okay, so, as I was saying. Thanks for the ride. Oh no, that's the wrong... I know I need the... Okay. Get in the vehicle, please? Thank you. Could you get in before you die, please? That would be nice. I mean, I don't know. I don't think everything in this game is made of tissue paper. Yeah, you could get reported by the person you're shooting in the face if you shoot them in the face. That's a real thing that is in this game. Ow. They shoot blindly and don't hit anything, except when there's enemies, in which case they stop shooting. Now that sounds like a joke.
Ah!
Oh no, there's a gunner. They're invincible. They're invincible because they had a gunner. Ugh. Death. Death. Ah. It's a shame I was hoping Giga was here so I could respond to her list about Dragon Age 4. I'll tell you, Blade Tool, you might be amused by this. The list she gave of her summary of Dragon Age 4, the thing that jumped out at me most, it's not a small game, says the director.
I'm starting to wonder why Yosef puts up with
Naomi.
Sergei.
I hear you. I can barely stand the guy, and I only have to deal with him in small doses.
How long is this a father to the Korean people?
You just Vietnam flashbacks there.
Vicky!
Oh, that sounds awful, Joker. Hey, Mr. Red. Today we will be killing all the North Koreans. You mean the military, right? Anakin staring. You mean the military, right? Listen, how can we be sure who's military and who's a non-combatant in North Korea? Honestly, let's just wipe them all out. It'll be the safest possible option.
The garrison's crawling with SAMs. Taking them out would be a good idea since you'll probably have to call in support to take down that fortified bunker.
용병이다! 돌격!
I mean, this is Britain we're talking about here. They know how to be thorough, I think is the word I want to use there.
피해! 너! 돌격! 피해!
That can't be good.
공격해!
I don't think I'm doing anything to this at all. Look at this. Look at that. That didn't do anything to that.
Well, that can't be good.
퇴각!
Wow. Literal nothing. Well, enjoy some C4.
죽어! 이 토야지 같은 놈! 멈춰!
Enjoy.
돌격!
Anyways, thank you, whoever that was. Looks like it was Jay Palmer. Thank you, Jay Palmer. I do always appreciate. Thank you. I don't know, Zach Taft. This is, it's a special, like, it's an acidic grenade. It doesn't do anything to the controls. "2005, Spartan. Ace Combat 10. Seek and Destroy. And... oh god, what's the name of that motorcycle post-apocalypse, open world game? I can't think of the name of. Days Gone. And the Days Gone prequel. You got it, Jay Palmer. Thank you. I was looking at this list, so since Giga's not here, she just gets to miss out on this conversation. big choices after conversations. That makes perfect sense.
Your SNS signal's being jammed.
Apparently there's a rouge involved. I'm not sure what red has to do with anything, but I'm sure that's relevant somehow. Let's see, what else? What game? Oh, jeez. Oh, God, he's got a turret. He's got a turret. This is a GTA-like.
Yeah.
Let's see. BioWare didn't pay anyone to review the game. Most people actually don't pay to review games, so that's not really a surprise.
That can't be good.
What's a rogue? I've never heard of that, only rouge. The rouge side is the right side.
Well, that can't be good. This thing is about to blow.
There we go, got it. Yes, I'm reading your list, Giga. I was gonna wait till you were here, but then you weren't here. There's only one thing to do. I mean, honestly, I know it shouldn't bother me, but it is the biggest pet peeve that people don't know the difference between rouge and rogue. Like, it is so common. It is one of the most common misspellings I've ever seen.
Support options are back
Some people don't
online.
even see it. They don't even process that there's a misspelling
Your
there.
SNS signal's being jammed.
That's not a dig. That's just fact. It's weird. I don't know why it bothers me so much. No. Like, I'm not joking, Giga. I've seen this amongst so many people for so many years. And we're dead. Anyways. So yeah, usually game companies don't pay people for reviews. As sad as that sounds. Instead, what they do is they use other, more subtler tricks in order to pay for reviews. So they might have actually paid for reviews. Just not directly. Darkspawn off compared to previous games, not clicking the spoiler. They didn't want the Trespasser mandatory DLC again. I don't know what that means. Oh, no, they didn't want to... okay, so they're trying to avoid having DLC, which are MSQ. Okay. Respec is free. You can change all your skills and talents between combat encounters. Good. Puzzles are too easy.
I can barely stand the guy, and I only have
Good.
to deal with him in small doses.
Controller seems like a better option to play, but no massive negative for mouse and keyboard. Many people mentioned similar to God of War 4 and 5 in regards to the combat. That sucks. I don't want to sound too negative about the combat of those games, but the combat of those games is total garbage. I'm pretty sure if you took 2 sticks and shoved into a pile of dog poo, you'd find better gameplay than those games. I'm pretty sure Hitler himself could come up with better gameplay than those games. I'm pretty sure that Yura, right now, could have diarrhea that's better than the gameplay of those games. Excuse me. But I was not, all hyperbole and joking aside, I was not a big fan of the gameplay of God of War 4 or God of War 5. So,
The garrison's
that is
crawling
admittedly a
Sam's.
real reflex.
Taking them out would be a
Red.
good idea, since you'll probably have to call in support to take down that fortified bunker.
That is a real red flag for me.
Your SNS signal...
Let's see, what else we got here? People hate change? Yeah, that's no big deal. Can't show the coolest bosses? That makes perfect sense. Character creator's good. Cool.
호퇴!
Important cinematics are well crafted. That's a weird feedback, but okay. Non-important cinematics are jank, but not as bad as Andromeda. I mean, that's always been BioWare. There's your bespoke cutscenes, and then there's your BioWare cutscenes. So that's nothing new. Let's see. UI and spellfix can be overwhelming, but a lot of it can be turned off. BioWare employees hated the first trailer, which makes perfect sense because developers don't make trailers. For good and for bad. I think it's everything, other than the rouge. We gotta have the rouge, very important.
침입자들 꼭두각시! 돌격!
I'm gonna regret that, I can already tell.
피해!
Lack of spoilers is a good thing. I approve. 10 out of 10, Giga. But you missed the thing that caught my attention the most, because it's the first thing I mentioned. Can you guess what it is, Giga? Listen, Rouge 1 was an okay film, but I prefer the Scarlet one myself.
나쁜 놈. 진짜들 꼭두각시.
Nope, not the combat. I mean, granted, that is a red flag, and I'm going to admit that. But the specific quote was, "We are proud of Act 3, and it's not a small game." Now, here's the deal.
후퇴. 나쁜 놈.
There's nothing wrong with a long game. We've talked about this 1,000 times. But when a developer or a producer or a marketing person specifically touts how long the game is, that's usually a bad sign. When length of game is a selling point, that's a huge red flag to me, because of years and years and years of experience of how much that usually means. Don't worry, we threw tons and tons of padding into the game.
돌격. 나쁜 놈.
It's not that. How do you know that, Gigapudding? Were people concerned the game would be really short? That is the only response I can give to that, is the sigh. I have nothing else to add to that. The thing that made me the most inclined to think that Dragon Age 4 will be a good game is that it seemed like it was going to be shorter and mission hubbed rather than open world. Those two things were the most positive things I've heard about that game, still, as of this very moment. And one of those just got axed. But we'll see. Obviously, I have no idea. Game's not out yet.
피해.
God damn it. He's got a turret. He's got a turret. He's invincible. He's invincible. He's invincible because he's got a turret. Okay, we got him.
정지.
Well, again, they were comparing the combat of Dragon Age 4 to God of War 5, which is functionally a beat-em-up, yeah. Will I play at launch? Probably not. As much as I'd love to add another 60 hours to my queue right now, I've got a queue to get through, you know, that I'd like to get through.
돌격.
Besides, we don't play games at launch anyways. We usually wait about a week.
공격해.
Then we'll play. Tell you what, if I beat this game today, which is functionally impossible, I will consider playing it a week after it comes out. Nope, that was not a dumb question. That was an excellent question, Evo. Get marks for that.
Support options are back online.
Go away.
피해.
Well, that's the great thing, Yura. For the first time in ever, my entire life, I'll be able to sit down and decide what I actually stream next, instead of being a slave to the queue. I could look at the facts and figures of what games you guys have been supporting. I could look at what games I want to try out. I could look at when games are historically significant to stream and cover. And I could look at what games I just straight up want to play and stream. Nope, that wasn't a making fun of, Evo. That is a good question. Dragon Age is an important and significant game for the history of my show. We are going to review Dragon Age 4. Not because you guys are donating for it, because frankly you aren't. And not because I have any interest to it, because frankly I don't. But because it's Dragon Age 4. We need to review that because it's historically significant for the show. Closing the queue doesn't really work, because there's only so many ways to do that. And all of them involve reopening the queue afterwards. Yeah, exactly, Yura. Dragon Age is literally a part of the culture of the lore walkers. We have to review Dragon Age 4.
Bombs free.
Wow, okay, there. Whoa, whoa.
Now you just need to get him.
We could hold off a little bit more than the intended week duration. I don't know. I'll think about it.
진입자들 꼭두각시.
It also kind of depends on exactly how long it takes us to get through the games we have on the list. Because most of the games in the queue right now are pretty short. But, I mean, no offense, but we were already playing a game that's lasted longer than I thought it would. And Hitman was that way too. So that's 2 bumps in the schedule already, right? So, who knows? Who knows what the queue will look like in a few weeks when Dragon Age 4 comes out? Six weeks from now, I believe. Yeah, end of October, that's right. So yeah, little under 6 weeks. Yeah, a lot of people walked away from my review of Inquisition with the impression that I hate that game. And those people don't pay attention. There's a lot to like about that game. Yeah, I hated part of it. Unabashedly and unrepentantly.
Signals being jammed.
나쁜 놈.
Right after the Dragon Age Inquisition review, I noticed a trend in my own Discord of more and more people talking about how my opinion is invalid when it comes to game design. I don't know if that's coincidental, or if that's specifically because of the Inquisition review. Or both. But it was a definite trend I noticed. Yeah, specifically on Discord. Honestly, the VODs were actually pretty nice, as far as comments go for Inquisition. I was surprised by that. I think it's because we did so much of the optional stuff off camera. That probably helped, because you guys didn't have to see what I had to see. Giga, don't stop essaying.
Схватить!
Sounds like interesting combat style. I wonder if we'll have the encounter design and enemy design to back it up. Said it before and I'll say it again, the biggest flaw Andromeda has always had is they had a great combat system that just didn't have anything to do with it. Dude, why did you drive into me? You saw that, right? That dude was committing suicide, straight up. There's an oncoming tank, and he's turning to get out of my way. Whip! God. He did. He targeted me. He tried to play chicken with the tank. I forget what kind of tank. What are we? North Korean? Yeah, we're North Korean tank here. I don't know what I don't know North Korean tanks at all, so that's way out of my wheelhouse. Oh, neck. Oh, I'm sorry. I missed your question here. I apologize. So, if there's a new Lord of the Rings game, which would you be more hyped for? An RTS or a beat 'em up? I'm assuming the game's good, right? Like we're just pushing that out of the equation. In that case, honestly, I'm kind of leaning towards the RTS. And yes, I know we've already had a good Lord of the Rings RTS. In fact, we've had 2 of them. But, like, I don't know. We're in kind of an RTS dry spell right now. And have been for a decade. And, I feel like Lord of the Rings better suits that kind of factions playstyle thing. Although, I'm doubting myself as I say that, because you know how a lot of beat-em-ups have factions, you know, different sides who have different styles of attack? Well, you could do that in Lord of the Rings as well. Like, okay, here's the orcs. What do? Well, they do these types of attacks. You know. So you can still do that. Oh god, it's our first boss. What is it? It's an ant. He just stands there. Just stares at you. So I think RTS games are sort of coming back.
Attack!
So...
당신의 정부가 우리 미국에 있습니다. 그들은 미국에게 전혀 파...
So Age of Empires 4 is supposedly pretty good. I have to say supposedly because I haven't played it. Age of Mythology just got a remaster. That's cool. There's the StarCraft 2 wannabe that is now in open access, early access, whatever. And there's the other StarCraft 2 wannabe. Both of them look pretty crap for various reasons that I don't want to go too far into. So,
Get him!
as of this exact moment in time, there's not a lot of that's awesome when it comes to the RTS scene. Now, we did just have that
It's one of ours.
Starship Troopers RTS, which I haven't played. We have the latest in the Total Annihilation series, which is coming up,
Crap!
which isn't out yet. I feel like there's another one that was on my radar. The Command & Conquer like one. The new one. DORF or something like that. It's an acronym. It's an all caps thing. And I feel like there's actually another one that I can't remember the name of. And I think that's it, but if you're paying attention, the overwhelming majority of the games I just mentioned either aren't out yet or aren't really out yet. And that's where we're at with that. So we're kind of coming out of the RTS doldrums a little bit, but it's probably because of the same reason I'm pissed off that we haven't had a lot of good RTS games for a while. That there's enough indie scene or AA scene developers who are sick of the fact that AAA has completely abandoned RTSs and are just saying, fine, I'll do it myself. Which is how a lot of games are being made right now. And no, I haven't heard of either of those, Luke.
Thank God, I was wondering when you'd get here. I don't mind saying, I'm dependent on you now to get things done. And the only thing that matters to me right now is Kang. Thanks to the work you did in the field, we've narrowed down Kang's location to a secret nuclear complex. It's where they're putting together Song's nukes, so there's a chance Song's there. Now, our intel indicates Kang has no idea we've discovered this location, so the whole place will be wide open. Best get a move on before he starts locking down the place.
Let's do it. Ace time. And yes, I would call the Total War games are kind of RTSs, but I would still arguably call them RTSs. They're a subgenre, but they're still under that umbrella, I would say. My opinion.
I've been hearing rumors that Sung's trying to contact his people.
Must be hard to give orders on a sinking ship.
Don't forget, he still holds some very valuable nuclear chips.
Trends, Evo. Every genre does this over the years. They have their upsurges because a particular game came out and was extremely popular, or miraculously sold very well. Ow. And then they have their downswings, because too many of those projects failed, or, more importantly, didn't make the kind of returns they thought they would make. Now, having said that, there's a line of thought, which I have no real proof of, but it's been a growing theory in the gaming space, that enough... How do I say this?
Yeah!
Ow!
공격해!
I don't even see the guy that's shooting me up there. Okay. Anyways, as I was trying to say, so as more and more investment and executive types get involved in the gaming space, it's arguable, and I do agree with this line of thought, by the way, that those people are starting to try and actively sway game genres towards specific ones being popular, rather than just allowing the market to be whatever it is. Okay. To explain that a little bit differently, when Doom came out, a bunch of Doom clones came out. That made sense, because Doom was popular and made money. But the idea here is now, instead, you know, a game like Doom would come out, and then that wouldn't actually result in a lot of... What the... There we go. Because the executives in charge don't care. They want the markets that are going to make them the most possible money. So even though we've actually had quite a few games that have come out that are quite popular and have sold well, you'll notice those genres haven't really been making much of a rise, except in the indie space, because the indie space doesn't care about this crap. Makes sense? And yeah, exactly, Takota. So, in other words, I think there's a non-zero chance that RTSs have been staying dead because people have been keeping them dead, and the RTSs we've been seeing are the ones that are being pushed by people who are not in the AAA space. You'll notice almost every single RTS I just mentioned is not a AAA RTS, or coming from a AAA company. The sole exception is Age of Empires 4. Hey, Petey Barlow, I also just realized, this is funny, I forgot to mention Homeworld 3. Homeworld 3 is a dumpster fire, to be very clear. I have done a decent amount of looking into that, and it is total trash. That's all I wanted to say about that. Moving on. Exactly,
This
Luke.
place is bristling with armed patrols. Take it stealthy now and don't let them trigger those alarms.
Yeah, it's not quite Mobage, but it is definitely leaning in that direction. God, yeah, what a trash heap. But that's my point. As Eva already said, I think that people want to dictate the market rather than follow it. And while I can see the logic there, as usual, those people can go straight to hell. It's the same reason why you don't see a lot of flight sims anymore, except in the indie space, again, like Everspace 2. I think Homeworld 3 might be a bad enough game to warrant a review.
Before you alert the whole base.
Because Homeworld 3 is definitely a game that would deserve the garbage tag. So... it might be an entertaining run. But trust me when I say, it's gonna be one of those runs. Can't alert the whole base. Whatever I do. What happened to Homeworld 3? You know, I don't know exactly, but if I just said they had production issues, that pretty much describes it. You can actually feel how many different games got Frankenstein monstered into Homeworld 3. And of course, they wanted to push the evergreen mode. I can't think of what they call it. The mode where you just keep playing over and over and over, so they can monetize it, so they can sell, you know, additional transactions, that kind of thing. A fairly common tactic, even in good games. See Mankind Divided for a good example of a good game, which was in many ways gutted and screwed over because of the fact that they wanted their evergreen mode, so that you can keep playing forever and keep spending money on it. Is Homeworld 2 good? No. Homeworld 2 has several things going for it, but none of them, I think, equal up to being a good game. My opinion. Well, those are. Now, that still puts us at 3 out of 5 good games in the Homeworld series. So that's nice. Yeah, Homeworld 2... part of the reason I paused on that was I was trying to think of it from both axes. Because I've pretty openly been negative about Homeworld 2's gameplay for a long time. But even the story is just... But again, the question was, is it good? And the answer to that is a fairly firm no. Jesus Christ, Cam, you want to let me move while I'm getting shot here? See you around, Evo. Enjoy the groceries. And the food.
Where's a medic when you need one?
3 out of the 5 games I would absolutely agree are good. Homeworld 1 is still a good game. Homeworld Cataclysm is still a good game. Homeworld Deserts of Karak is still a good game. All 3 of them have trouble. All 3 of them have their issues. But I definitely think all 3 rise to the level of just being solidly good. Is Warcraft 2 a good game? No. The main reason I want to review that someday is to show off how bad it is. It's not as bad as Warcraft 1, but that's not saying much. 3 out of 5 is actually a pretty solid ratio when you think about it.
Need to patch myself up.
공격해! 죽어! 이 토야지 같은 놈!
Damn it. Oh my god, stop running and die.
야, 너!
Where did you guys come from? Why is the alarm going off again? How did you... Okay, are we good? Can I pause for a second? Up a save state? Jesus. Do I have old Warcraft 3 on my PC? Actually, no. I don't think I have the CDs anymore, unfortunately. During one of my moves... The LMG sucks in this game, Luke. It's one of the only games I've played where the LMG is just trash, so I try not to use it. During one of my moves, something that's very common when I move is I try to have less stuff than I started the move with, right? You know, just to do a bit of a self-cleaning, auditing, whatever you want to call that. So I'm pretty sure during one of those I got rid of almost all of my jewel cases.
용병이다! 적군이다! 피해! 돌격!
Would I recommend oxygen not included? Ooh. Yes, with several asterisks, but definitely a yes there. Light machine gun. So called because naming is weird. It's the really big-ass machine gun that, you know, usually has a really large clip size and is designed to be fired for long periods of time and used against things that aren't people.
피해!
Yeah, it usually takes forever to reload. That's a good question, Loke. I'm still kind of playing a little bit of chicken with that. We'll see exactly how Blizzard approaches, or more accurately, Microsoft approaches Warcraft 3 in the coming years. I've said it before, they have like an easy, we need some quick PR points button if they ever want to, and just re-release the original copy of Warcraft 3. It would cost them almost nothing to do so, too. So it really is like free PR for them. I've been playing chicken with several companies over the years, and I usually win those matches. Usually. But either way, I more or less refuse to do a Warcraft 3 review under Reforged.
경보! 돌격!
These guys have so much health. Just unloading on these people with an LMG, and they're like, yeah, what? Yeah, exactly, Ross. Still sitting on it.
갑판을 쳐라! 피해!
Hell, VTM B2 might actually come out someday. How's that for a weird thought? Oh my god, I cannot put into words how frustrating this is.
죽어! 이 도라지 같은 놈!
I have no words to describe how frustrating this is to control.
돌격! 후퇴! 피해!
And we're dead. Oh no, the cheat flag's up. Just for the use of save states, though. Funnily enough. For things like what just happened. 'Cause I don't feel like doing the entire mission all over again. I know, weird. Yeah, it's a PS2 game. That's pretty much exactly it, Zactav, right there. Speaking of which, sorry, I think I mentioned this earlier. What's been really weirding me out is how much better the speedruns of this game look. And that was really confusing me until I decided to look up what the Xbox version of this game looks like. It looks a lot better. And I don't just mean, like, in terms of appearance, you know, story axis. But, like, it's easier to tell what you're looking at and who you're interacting with, where the stealth zones are in order to be able to sneak around enemies. Like being able to see an officer, no problem in that version. I'd be willing, what, to go buy an Xbox and then start the game over from scratch? No.
용병이다! 돌격!
Yeah, much better visual distinction. Noticeably better visual distinction. I'll probably show off a speedrun when we do our audit, so you'll see what I'm talking about.
Need to patch myself up.
But yeah, for whatever reason, a game that's on the Xbox had no PC release. If you don't understand how weird that is, well, porting from Xbox to PC is not what you'd call difficult.
공격해!
Oh, I'm sorry, Luke. No. Well, obviously there are enough differences between the two to warrant the changes, and I do think they would review differently. At that point, it's like playing Super Mario RPG and Super Mario RPG R side by side. From the perspective of the viewer, you're mostly just seeing me play the same game twice. Very few changes or differences. And I try not to do that. Even with the FF4 comparison block, I've limited myself to only playing 3 versions of that game, out of the, like, 7 that exist. Yeah, for the longest time, I never played Halo, not because I had no interest in it, but because it wasn't on the PC. It was actually inconsistently on the PC, but whatever. What I'm actually looking for, there it is this guy that I didn't see. Oh god, that guy literally just spawned right in front of me. Literally, literally. There we go. Get the health. There we go. Got the health. Got the health. Sleep, Giga. And dream of a Dragon Age 4 that's actually good.
You are just in time for the fireworks display. Long live the glorious leader!
The Ace of Hearts has overloaded the reactor. Stop his escape, then get out of there before the meltdown.
피해! 돌격!
Hey guys, your leader just decided to set the bomb to go off. Do you want to run instead of shooting me? No? Okay. Thought I'd ask.
야, 너!
This guy has some issues, yeah.
다 앉아! 피해! 적군을 찾았다! 공격해! 야, 너! 돌격! 피해!
All right, let's finish this.
Quick, stop him before he takes off.
적군을 찾았다! 공격해!
Hello. What have we here?
What is it?
Looks like a videotape.
침략자들!
Of course, that must be how Song's communicating with his men. Good work. That should earn us a very nice bonus.
공격해!
Roger, this is Expo 2. I am in the air.
돌격!
I see your smoke. I'm at the LZ.
Because I actually can't act. I need to do the extraction thing to actually end the mission. You know what? Yeah, Blade-Tavall, honestly. Depends on how differently it controls Judo Joker.
공격해!
Well, enjoy your just due reward for being so loyal. On PC, I think it would score noticeably better. One thing, I can actually aim.
Following tonight's capture of Ace,
We wouldn't have this issue.
General Chul Kang, AN forces an startling discovery. A secretly recorded video intended for distribution amongst only the highest echelon of Song's army. One of the tape's more shocking moments occurs when Song makes a reference to his father, President Choi Kim.
이 약한 아버지는 코드를 감추고 싶다고. 잘못했어.
AN examining the tape, hoping it may provide clues to Song's notes. Information seen in the background, simulation of snow. Song is currently holed up west province of the country, near the Chinese border. In other recent developments, the crime syndicate now identified as the Russian Mafia continues to grow stronger and bolder with every day. GSRN has confirmed that the destruction and looting earlier today of a North Korean uranium outside of Daejeon. A turn of events which should make them an even more formidable force in the region. From Kumjangni, this is Adriana Livingston for GS.
Yeah, hopefully we wouldn't have that issue, for example. So any of you ever heard of Lionsgate? It's a Hollywood studio, usually does CGI, bad CGI films. They're Canadian, apparently. Let's see, what have they made? What's something you'd actually know that they made? They made a bunch of stuff. They're one of the bigger ones. Problem is, I'm having trouble finding a list. Oh, well. Oh, here we go. Wow, that's a lot of trash. I guess this works out for a trash Hollywood studio. But anyways. Yeah, so they have just made a partnership with one of the big AI companies. Now, I could just stop right there, and you already know where the rest of the story is going. But even they have specifically stated that they want to specifically axe artists and storyboarders with regards to making their films. And special effects crews. Yeah, it looks like that's actually it. But that's all the stuff that they specifically stated they want to axe and replace with AI. By the way, if you know Runway, that's the AI company they're reaching out to, they're currently in the middle of a lawsuit.
All that's left between you and the $100 million is General Song and his all-female Special Forces squad.
Why are they all female?
And mastermind behind Song's nuclear program was captured just a few moments ago after a long battle with Allied troops. Both sides suffered heavy casualties, but Kang's capture illustrates the effectiveness of Allied operations in this difficult theater.
It's one of ours.
Oh, let's see. No, anything that involves females is woke. This is what I've heard. Alright, so. Let's see. Oh, you can kill tons of your own people. Without meaning to. Yeah, we're here to defend South Korea and they hate us. Probably because we keep doing missions for the other factions.
The third of General Song's three closest aides, the infamous General Chul Kang, the Ace of Hearts, and mastermind behind Song's nuclear program, was captured just a few moments ago after a long battle with Allied troops. Both sides suffered heavy casualties, but Kang's capture illustrates the effectiveness of Allied operations in this difficult theater.
Why is nothing happening? Okay. Get some good rest act. Rest act. Nah, it's fine. They just... North Korea just set off a nuke. Or rather, nobody knows who set off a nuke. There's just a nuke in North Korea. I'm sure it's fine. Pretty much on the border of China, too. Okay, so that worked. But I didn't want that. Why is the other cheat not working? Oh, whatever.
The third of General Song's three closest aides, the infamous General Chul Kang, the Ace of Hearts, and mastermind behind Song's nuclear program, was captured just a few moments ago after a long battle with Allied troops. Both sides suffered heavy casualties, but Kang's capture illustrates the effectiveness of Allied operations in this difficult theater.
I don't know, I've played Call of Duty. I know how this works. Okay, got my ride.
The third of General Song's 3 closest aides.
Let's try to raise our South Korea rep, shall we? They don't like us for some strange reason. I'm not sure what it is. Once we finish their quest, we don't have to care about them anymore, so, you know.
송사령관님의 군인들은 너희 졸치는 군대들을 상관도 안 할 것이오.
Of course, now it's snowing. Because of course it is.
들어오세요.
Hey there. If you need some more cash, I got another contract for you. In case you hadn't noticed, me and Colonel Ping gonna have ourselves a little war here over who gets to control North Korea. I've got a friend in Dandong who, oh, what the hell, he's one of my spies. He's in deep cover in Dandong and can't get out without help. Simple contract. Go into Dandong and bring him out.
Okay. Done.
What's in it for...
So, Judo Joker, you asked a question, I think. Assuming you're there, you probably aren't. You're probably thinking, oh, I hate that lore. Ooh, I hate that lore. You gotta say it right. I do like how there's kind of a double story thing going on. Like, oh, sure, there's the North Korean guy. But what's really happening is we've got this own little private war between South Korea and China over North Korea. The Russians are just here to make, you know, money and rip resources out of the region. And the Allies, who knows what the hell they're doing.
That man is mighty serious about taking out the Chinese.
He definitely has issues.
안녕하세요.
I think this is a two-seater? I guess we'll find out. Either way, it is an interesting little backdrop, but it's almost more the main story than the actual main story. So let's see if we do have a seat on this, because if we don't, I'm going to feel very stupid in about a minute. Yeah, the only thing the main story is really about is preventing the usage of nukes, ironically. Come on, hop on board. Dude, you coming?
안녕하세요.
You coming? Actually, I don't think you can. How about now? Well, if he's not hopping on, it means he probably can't. That sucks. Okay, plugged the leak.
You've lost the SK agent. Contract cancelled.
Anyways, him. What else we got around here?
进攻！敌军！ 找到他！
I don't know about you, Silent Fox, but I definitely want to set the world on fire. Look, I don't know helicopters for beans, okay, Dakota? I don't know what you want from me. Okay. You know what? Actually, I have an idea. Let's see what else they deliver. Yep, no.
Roger, this is Expo 2. I am in the air.
Just want to reach out to this guy. You realize I'm dropping an Apache behind
I see your smoke.
for
I'm at
you,
the LZ.
right? Like, I could have a real helicopter, but no. You didn't want to sit in my lap.
Наемник!
Look, I swear I don't have cooties.
Time to bail out.
도와줘!
I do have that. That is an occupational hazard of sitting on my lap.
Who the hell are you?
Buford sent me.
All right, let's get out of here.
Great.
I'll laugh if he
Now
can
get
in
that
now.
man back to SKHQ.
Can he get in now? Nope. Okay.
Roger, this is Expo 2. I am in the air. I see your smoke. I'm at the LZ.
나емник! 자, 시작하자.
Is he on board now? He's on board. Okay, good. Oh no, oh no, oh no. We're okay. Everything's fine, we're fine, everything's fine. God, I don't know how you... Like, I'm a very quick reader. I don't think I could literally read two things at the same time. That's kind of crazy. So, what's it like being a spy for, I guess, the Koreans? Who do you work for? Oh, you don't know who you work for. That actually makes a lot of sense. I withdraw the question.
The agent has been successfully returned. Good work.
Gosh, I hope not, Euro. Kind of weird if you think about it. Where's all your reading skill come from? This thing I don't do? Huh?
나염님. 박 사령관님께서 당신을 기다리십니다. 믿을 수 없는 사망자들이야.
이건 전체냐, 파크. 인간의 믿어들 위한 정책. 북한도 없고 남한도 없어. 한민족, 한나라. 내가 바로 이걸 다 행할 사람이야. I was wondering when you'd get here. Thought I'd have to play my final hand without you. It occurs to me that if there wasn't a bridge between China and North Korea, Peng would find it difficult to keep pouring troops into my country. It occurs to me that you could blow that bridge into oblivion. It occurs to me that you're still here instead of out there earning some money and blowing up some infrastructure.
Sorry, that was too subtle. Could you try again, please?
Peng's got one hell of a surprise coming when he tries to roll his tanks across a bridge what ain't there.
Actually, no. Believe it or not, Spartan. She used to get irritable when I was nearby when she was reading. Everything I was doing was too loud, too irritating. So I learned to be over there, or in another room.
Careful out there. This thing between China and the SK forces, it's gonna blow any minute.
Too bad you'll have to watch it from the cheap seats.
How do you play this game without helicopters? I wonder if... I wonder if they use helicopters in the speedrun, because I know they keep talking about faction warping. Okay, so I remember what the winch button is. Ugh, excuse me. And whoa. I definitely know what the winch button is. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to hit it perfectly.
Signals being jammed.
First time with no issues. Yeah, it's another thing. The render radius is further in the Xbox version. Okay, it's this button. Nope, this button. Nope.
That can't be good. Well, that can't be good. Time to bail out.
It did not like the physics of that interaction. Yeah, that worked out weirdly well. Game? Game? Jesus. Okay, there we go.
Support options are back online.
Need to patch myself up.
And we're dead.
That can't be good.
敌军进攻！
Can I seriously not lift this thing?
找到他！
Wow.
开火！敌军！ 找到他！ 进攻！敌军！
Yeah, like I figured I could pick it up and like drop it in the river or something. Like,
Well,
yeah,
that can't be good.
Okay.
开火！找到他！
Oh, well, he's dead.
敌军！进攻！ 谁在这儿？ 开火！
Okay.
进攻！
So I don't know what bridge I'm supposed to cross here.
开火！
So,
Need to patch myself up.
oh, it's the other way, apparently. Okay. Let's just see what happens.
开火！
Did you not play? And we're dead. Okay.
“进攻！” 你在这儿干什么？敌军！敌军！
Speaking of jank, I didn't even show this off, but you probably guessed this based on what was happening. If you're pressed up against something, you can't jump. At all.
谁在这儿？
You have to jump before you hit something in order to jump.
敌军！
Hey, Sean. How's your wonderful day going? Yes, I am your ally. Please do not shoot me. I mean, I guess you can if you really want to. Here's another place where that render radius thing might be helpful.
找到他！
Yes, Dakota.
开火！
Wow, that's quite a sight, even from the satellite view. One bridge down, one large payday on its way.
Are we dead? Like, did we die as that landed? Nope, oh, we're alive. We're okay. Okay. We're okay. We're okay. Everything's okay.
敌军！走这里！
We're fine.
There goes my ride.
Oh, okay, there goes... And we're dead. Now, okay. Just for you, Judo Joker. I shall acquiesce. And not because we just died. Definitely not. Hey, Archeon Vale. How's your day going?
It's one of ours.
I don't know if I'd call a random merc who's working for all four factions as one of yours, but whatever. Give me a vehicle, please. I never did get to see that, unfortunately, Bracken, but I can picture it.
Roger, this is Expo 2. I am in the air.
Alright.
I see your smoke. I'm at the LZ.
Come on. Come on down.
Piggy!
I'm ready, Judo Joker. Positive number 1. Game includes air. Plus to gameplay. Positive... Okay, I'm sorry. That sounds mocking. I don't actually mean it as that way. I have seen a couple of people over the years who have argued for positives for really, really basic things like there's voice acting. At all. Or characters exist. That's one I heard. One time someone wanted to argue for the fact that it's positive because the game has control schemes.
Leave our country, imperialist warmongers.
Воздух! Looking for some extra cash, eh?
Зачем они все мало интересоваться Салманой лично?
И они хотели кому-то, кому они доверяли. И кто они могут доверять больше, чем Йосеф, а?
Hey, all friends! You, me, Joseph, all together. All ready to make some money, right? We are negotiating an arms deal with some very nervous friends of ours. They have asked to deal personally with Joseph. They didn't want me sending any of my men. Makes them nervous. But I convinced them to allow one escort. You. It is an easy job, and you will have Joseph to protect you.
Oh, goody. The one man I trust most in this battlefield.
Don't say anything. We'll talk once we're outside.
I don't think I would push against that, Judo Joker. I was leaning that way anyways, honestly. Not for the atmosphere. But I do acquiesce to the other one. So. Oh, hang on.
This will be a good opportunity to get to know Joseph better.
Yeah, and who wouldn't want that?
Where's my helicopter? Where's my... Okay, there it is. So, when would be a good point to consider VR games being greenlit for possible runs? Tell you what. When I win the lottery, take over the world, and invent VR that isn't going to completely kill me, and also I feel acceptable on being on camera, and not desperately hiding from the camera. Whoa there, game. That would probably be a good point in time. Like, maybe get some Beat Saber going on. I could do that. I do not, Yura. We'll probably not beat the game today, or tomorrow, or ever.
I'm ready to go. Come back here.
Why?
Come back here. Come back here. Come back here. Come back here. Come back here.
He wants to take the car, huh? That makes sense. That makes sense.
Vicky!
Okay, now will you come here?
Come back here. Come back here.
Oh my god, I just got some rando. Alright, bye, Yosef. Yeah, we got this. Yeah, we're here. Alright, who's ready to kick some tail of whoever we're here to kick the tail of? Lobster tail? I don't know, I could go for some lobster right about now. Who here would go for lobster? Like, if you could just have a free thing of lobster right now. Assume it's well cooked and clean and all that fun stuff. Would you go for it? Just lobster. Right there on your desk. I like lobster rather unironically. But it is overpriced, which is why I almost never have it. It is such a waste of money. Okay, new plan. I'm going to leave this guy here. We're going to ram the mountain. Come on, ram the mountain some more. Ram the mountain. Ram the mountain. Yes. Yes. More mountain ramming. There we go. Okay. I'm going to take this vehicle. Oh no, don't shoot me, please. Oh god, no, not in the face. Anywhere but the face. Ugh. So, helicopters I understand. Collectibles I sort of get, but I don't think I've ever given a plus for collectibles. You're going to have to explain that one. And free roam you're going to have to explain too. That's a very complex question, Archeon Vale. What I generally try to do is I try not to think about it in those terms, because that goes down a rabbit hole of just vagaries, you know?
This will be a good opportunity to get to know Joseph better.
Yeah, and who wouldn't want that?
You'll take my car.
Do we have to?
You realize we're walking into a trap?
There is a Russian proverb. The bear who sees the trap cannot be caught.
Okay. Actually, yes, I did, Yura. So, like, for example, you know, what was a good example of that? Save system. This is actually something we've argued for years, that good save systems should be considered standard, and we shouldn't give positives for that. And when we first started the review system before the Oblivion line, that's exactly how we reviewed things. There were things that were considered standard, and those would get nothings. And then, you know, if they went above and beyond, they would get positives. I eventually changed my mind on that, because the fundamental concept of what a positive is has never really changed. It's something that makes the game better. Whether it's on gameplay or story, it's something that elevates the overall experience. Just because good save systems should be standard doesn't mean it doesn't improve the enjoyment of the game. Ergo, we go ahead and we give a positive for good save systems, right? So, yeah, like that's the simplest way to put it. Same thing with negatives. A fundamental definition of a negative is something that detracts from the overall enjoyment of the work, whether it's standard or not. And so we decided, and this was kind of a group consensus, we talked about this for several games, like 4 years ago now at this point. We decided to just remove standardization from the equation entirely. in terms of what's the norm and what's normal and what's standard and what's expected when it comes to game design. Is it good? Yes. Is it bad? No. Pretty simple, right? Built-in cheats can be positives, but there's a whole requirement for that. New Game Plus is almost always a positive, has been a negative before.
Нагнись, нагнись.
Yes, Archeon Field. What are the requirements for cheats? So, I noticed earlier, there was a message in the menu that said, a cheat has been unlocked. What I do not know is how to access that cheat. No, not with Google, not with GameFAQs, not with looking it up online or anything like that. Where's cheat? And that's more or less the requirement for cheats getting an actual positive to gameplay. Because lots of games have cheats, but not every game has the vehicle by which to utilize those cheats in the game itself, thus deserving a positive to the gameplay. Shadows of the Empire might qualify as an example of that on the N64, because there's tons of cheats in Shadow of the Empire. They're very fun cheats, but most of them are very esoteric things you're not going to find elsewise. Now, there's an email telling us right now, do in the PDA Factions mode, press these buttons. There's your cheat, and that's now unlocked. Now, what's really strange is that's the only cheat we've unlocked so far. But that is the kind of thing that would qualify for a positive. If you remember, we did not give StarCraft 1 a positive for cheats because nothing indicated what those cheats were. You could open up the chat tab and type in the cheat, but nothing gave you any information on what that cheat was. By contrast, Oblivion got like 1 positive for the console command, but that's because the console command is mostly unfiltered, unsortable. By contrast, Skyrim will probably get more positives for having a generally better designed console command, and Morrowind will probably not get any positives, because Morrowind's console command is pretty crap. So in this case, it sounds like that will be a positive. Hang on, you answered me about the free roam. Battles you can join in, and I don't know. I'll chew on that. Feeling or no? Gonna be honest.
It is a pity we couldn't work together like this before. This is how it should have been.
Unlocks and method of unlocks, that feels like power progression curve to the Joker. I have noticed almost every mission gives you at least 1 additional unlock, which is nice. And of course you can go and grab stuff, which also gives you new unlocks. So that's something we'll chew on as a potential. The roaming...
It's an ambush. Sergei set you up.
Oh no. I'm very surprised by this. Oh, this car has some health. Look at that. No wonder he wanted me to take this car. Anyways, let's kill these people. Die. Oh, Jesus, those people had health. Did you see that? Good God. That shouldn't have run over me. Like, really, I am weirded out that that was counting as running over me. Remember, we just lost like 3 minutes getting back to this.
Work together like this before.
Every time we do that reload a save thing.
Наемник.
Let me look at the list, Judo Joker. Agreed, Archeon Bell. I counted all. I called it fairly early on that with some proper design, more modern design and quality of life features, this kind of game would be an easy 100+. No, not at the moment, Judo Joker. Although I will jot down that power progression curve thing I was mentioning earlier. Yes, they do, Sean. Sadly, or not, they do have a case. Right. I need to buy some C4.
Let's go.
이쪽으로.
Quickly now. Quickly, please.
Okay, I'm on my way.
Patents are a tricky thing when it comes to...
Special
It's an
delivery.
ambush.
Life.
Sergey set you up.
죽어. 이 돼지 같은 놈. 공격해.
Well, like as I gave the comparison earlier, this feels like a Star Wars Rebellion game. And I know that's a comparison that only makes sense to me, but damn it, it makes sense to me.
밑으로 죽여. 가판을 쳐라.
It's a game that I enjoyed and played the hell out of, more because I liked the concept and what it offered that no other game was offering. We talk about sand before water, but this is more like, you know, you're starving and the only food you have is 3-day-old bread.
정말. 엎드려.
Right? You want food, you eat. You will be astonished at what you can learn to tolerate when you have not eaten in several days. Is there seriously not a health in there? Oh my god.
Get Yosef and get out of there.
공격해.
Get in, please. 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 Get in! Oh my god!
Time to bail out.
And we're dead.
Damn, we lost him.
Jesus Christ. Okay, hang on.
나емник.
Yeah, see, patents are one of those weird things, because on the one hand, there's a reason why patents exist.
Let's go.
But on the other hand, the patent system as it currently exists is hilariously broken. And probably shouldn't exist like it, you know, currently does. Me too, Spartan. I've gone a lot longer than that without food.
수류탄이다. 엎드려. 다 앉아.
Not really a brag. It's a weird brag if it's a brag. Apples are nice. I like apples.
공격해.
But anyways, I'm sorry. I know that's a weird comparison,
이 돼지 같은 놈.
but that is I mean that comparison with legitimate certainty. When you haven't eaten in a while, you are a lot more tolerant of eating things that aren't arguably good, right? And it's the same thing with these kind of unique games that are interesting. They scratch that unique itch. They hit that one spot that most other things aren't doing, or indeed nothing else is doing. And we tolerate it because it's hitting that spot, right?
Get Yosef and get out of there.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kill this guy really quick.
용병이다. 나쁜 놈. 후퇴. 돌격.
Let's get in the armored car here. Get in, please. Yosef, I really need you to get in the car now.
Get me back to our HQ in one piece and I'll give you $1 million. Then I'll deal with Sergey.
We'll talk about... This is a fence. Why is this a fence? Oh my god, why is this a fence? Oh my god. Okay. Okay, hang on. I can make this work. Maybe... Nope. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. Alright, Sure.
Подохни, собака.
Yeah, no, you get it, Bladeville. It's. I use Star Wars Rebellion as my example because I would never argue that that's a good game. It is demonstrably a bad game. But it was my first grand strategy game ever.
Схватить.
And it was a Star Wars grand strategy game. And it did have several unique and interesting concepts, like how it dealt with the economy side of things and the production side of things. Like, it was much more of a management strategy game than it was a war strategy game, and that was exactly the itch I wanted scratched. Management strategy in Star Wars. Sold, right? I admittedly am struggling to come up with another example off the top of my head for me, but I'm sure a lot of you in chat can think of a game that you yourself would admit is not really good, but it hit that one sweet spot for you.
Wait here. I will take care of things inside.
Sure. Far Cry 2, good example.
Yosef is safe, and we've got our $1 million. I wouldn't want to be Sergei right now.
Earth Defense Force. EDF! EDF! That was an interesting mission. Probably one of the better ones so far, legitimately. But you wanted me to do this mission, so let's see if we can get through this.
Наемник. You've been a valuable asset. Now that I'm in charge, I'll make good use of you. Starting with this. Sergei has gone into hiding. He's scared and desperate, and though you and I know he's an idiot, there are still several men in the area who would help him. Find them and eliminate them, and I will pay you well. Misha here is my new lieutenant. He will give you all the information you need.
Please don't kill me.
Sergei is too dumb and scared to be much of a threat. But his friends, that's another story.
Yeah, being able to knock out a fence with a grenade and then drive through a hole that you made in it. Yeah. How many other games scratch this itch, right? Mercenary GTA-like in the middle of a war zone. Hell, I heard a lot of people praise Crackdown for basically the exact same reason. You play a superhero policeman.
Okay, listen up. I know the general locations of the renegade officers, but you're going to have to get close or use your binoculars to identify them. If you take them out without killing any loyal Mafia soldiers, Yosef will pay us a lot more.
Of course, as soon as I shoot my target, any other Mafia in the area will jump on me.
You've put me on the spotlight, Judo Joker. What aspect of this game stand out for me? I actually feel like I just answered that. Mercenaries, GTA-like, Warzone, right? So the GTA... that's middle finger. We'll make this. So GTA-like is the genre. That's what I put it under genre-wise and what I'm classifying it as. Putting it in the middle of Warzone, that's your atmosphere, your story, your presentation, and whatnot. And making it mercenary bent, that changes how itemization and progression works. You unlock stuff, you buy stuff, you literally earn money in order to accomplish things. You do bonus objectives and side objectives in order to get more money, in order to be able to pay for more stuff, in order to do the main missions, forming a nice little loop. Those three things, I think, form the central pillar of what makes this this. And I'm sure I can think of another game like this, other than possibly Mercenaries 2. Does that answer you? I mean, the Mako is another fascinating and fantastic example of a vehicle that arguably should not work, but totally freaking does because, well, Jane Cahoy. Let's do this.
Target confirmed. Take him.
Now, is he labeled? Did he just scooch behind the vehicle just to spite me? Is that what this is?
The glorious leader has been declared.
Yeah, no, the Warthog is delightfully jankfully. Jankfully. That's a new word. We're just going to call that now. Jankfully. Oh my god, this asshole. He knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing. So Just Cause feels very different in several ways. And Just Cause 2 looks a little bit more polished, but is actually a lot more boring than this. Oh. What? How is he not dead? How is he still not dead? How is he still not dead? There we go. Jesus. Damn. Just Cause 3 absolutely blows this game out of the water, and I've never played Just Cause 1, and Just Cause 4 is dog crap. Unfortunately, I've actually reviewed Just Cause 4 post-Oblivion line, so I can give my opinion on that one pretty definitively. We actually streamed Just Cause 3, but that was before the Oblivion line, and that wasn't even a review. We were just screwing around in it. But the big thing that Just Cause 3 does better than this game, I can define very simply. It's in the terrain design. The terrain design becomes a part of kit because there's these big explosive things which detach and explode and be connected to other things, and they give you all those fascinating little toys to grapple something to something else, or to put a rocket on something, or to dangle something, or just to grab to something, or whatever. And that's it. But they give you the connecting thread, and they give you the ability to, you know, to have a lot of stuff to use that connecting thread with, and what you have is a very fun game. Oh, of course it would, that's always going to be true, like it or not. There is no possibility of a truly timeless review, simply by the nature of it. It is also a completely different vibe because you're not there as a mercenary, you're not there to get paid. You are quite literally there as a governmental destabilizer. That's your job. In Just Cause 3, it's a little bit more personal, but that's still what you're there to do. There's a local dictator, screw him up. That is absolutely, potentially a dangerous precedent, but that precedent already exists, Sean. We've already had patent lawsuits to that exact same style of get out of the thing situation before, so that's not really new. Now, do I think there's a threat for it escalating? Absolutely. And that sucks. I am a civilian, do not look at me. There's nothing to see here. I am typical North Korean civilian. Nothing special about me whatsoever. I actually have played Mafia 1, although not all the way through. I just poked at it. One of the interesting things, and the speedrunner I was listening to talking about this gave a comment on it. The stealth system in this game is surprisingly in-depth and well fleshed out. Well, I'm saying that wrong. There's a lot of depth under the hood to the stealth system that is not really present in the game itself. And the best guess they have is that it was originally supposed to be a much larger part of the game that was axed. Probably because this game was being developed alongside 2 other full games at the same time by the same studio, one of which came out in the same year.
Схватить!
So, for example, that guy saw me. But the nature of how he saw me, that's a little bit more debatable. As weird as it sounds.
Подохни, собака!
That's true, Zara, but also somewhat unlikely.
Беги!
In a situation like this, Nintendo has no real reason to feel threatened by Palworld. And let's be clear, Nintendo is not threatened by Palworld. This is just them doing your typical due diligence on defending their patent. That's it, that's all. What is most likely going to happen is the other side is going to settle after a certain point of time. Probably when their lawyers tell them that they have no hope in hell of actually winning this. And once they settle, the case will go away and that'll be the end of it. Remember, the overwhelming majority of these kind of suits end in settlement, and for a reason. I do not know where my target is here, and it's starting to get to me. What's the end goal? I just told you the end goal, Euro. They're here to defend their patent. That's the company's goal. The lawyer's goal is to make sure that they still have a job.
Подохни, собака! Схватить!
You guys stop shooting me for 5 seconds? I'm trying to figure out which one of you is the evil traitor.
Подохни, собака!
That can't be good.
I don't like how this keeps shaking when I'm trying to... Okay. Anyways. Yeah, Palworld is functionally already an abandoned game. To be completely blunt, I am shocked they're even fighting this at all in court. It is honestly to Palworld's benefit to just capitulate immediately.
Наемник!
And by Palworld, I mean the company who runs Palworld. I forget their name. Assholes.
There he is.
How did this not trigger earlier? Whatever.
Я тебя достану.
How do you live through these shots? Jesus. Oh my god, I will kill you for that sourdough. I will destroy you, Ross. And I will eat it dabbled in your blood. Probably, late Jamal. If anything, and I hate to say this, but what's probably happened is that Palworld, the devs at Palworld reached out to either their lawyers or, more likely, got a lawyer. The lawyer said, put out this press release saying we're going to fight it. What's probably going to happen is we're probably going to settle. Then they put out the press release, and then they're going to settle. Like, almost assuredly, that's how most corporate legal battles are very by the numbers. That's how a lot of lawyers like it. They don't want to actually fight cases. They don't want to actually change the rules or change precedents or establish case law. They just want to walk into court and say, all right, let's do this. Run through the number, or run through the motions, run through the motions, run through the motions. Okay. Yeah, extra work creates extra effort for everyone involved. Why bother? Well, you see, Mr. Floyd Pickerton, if you hit exclamation mark next, you'll see a list of games. When all of those games are streamed, that's when we'll play WoW. WoW is the end of the queue. Did you just... Oh my god, that's hilarious. Okay, so... You broke the bot. You broke the bot, Mr. Floyd Pinkerton. How could you do it? How could you do it? No, it's a completely random thing. I think it's funny to blame the person who did it. Please type exclamation mark next again, and you'll actually see the damn thing this time. The bot's face is tired. That's what it really is.
There's a number card nearby. Check your radar for the location.
Yeah, but most of those games are short. I have estimated times listed on the website as well, which I believe you can find by typing exclamation mark upcoming. If nothing gets funded during WoW, then I will eat my hat, because bull crap. I do not believe that's even possible. You guys fund things way too fast. You realize that's like minimum of a month out, right? Okay, hang on. There's my helicopter, first of all. My glorious, glorious helicopter. Hey, off the deeper end. Oh, that sounds good.
Наемник!
Just so you know, I'm stealing your burger. It's nothing personal. So, interesting thing about how stealth works in this game. There's visual stealth, but it's purely cone-based. So you're probably wondering, how do people hear you otherwise? Well, there's an audio component. And like you remember how I mentioned it's more in-depth than you actually thought? Yes, it was fun. It's a short enough game that funded it by itself, Archeon Vale. That being said, I doubt that's going to happen for another month because of the PayPal thing I already mentioned. But anyways, the relevant point here being that I will probably put that right before Paper Mario, so I can have Paper Mario to recover from the game. So, what do I think of God of War 4? What? Mr. Floyd Pinkerton? So there's a stealth system in this game, sorry. They have cone of vision, and they have sound detection. Also, each gun has its own sound value for how much sound it actually generates. And the character I'm playing right now generates no footstep sound whatsoever. You just run around right behind someone, they will never detect you.
That's him. Take him out.
Схватить!
So that's all very weird.
Наемник!
This is kind of what I mean when I say there's a whole system they don't really do anything with, because they never really fleshed it out. They didn't do anything with it. Like, that's a lot of work and underground work for something that effectively never matters, and several players never even notice. So, I thought that game was already on PC. I'll believe you. I think you're lying to me, Mr. Flores. But my opinions on God of War 4 are more or less the exact same as my opinions on God of War 5. An extraordinarily good story. One of the best stories in gaming, hampered by, honestly, rather problematic and dull gameplay. Let's see. So we know there's Archeon Vale, which just got added. We know that Zelda Echoes of Wisdom is already there. And there's an extremely high chance we'll be playing Dragon Age 4 sometime. Might put that after WoW? Not sure yet. Possibly, Mr. Floyd Pinkerton? No, Trihex, yeah. I mean, it's possible I was playing the PS4 version. I legitimately don't remember. No, you're right. Looks like it just came out today on PC. Huh. Weird. Okay, whatever. Like, we've already reviewed both games. It just appears I played them on PS4. Whatever.
That's your man.
Anyway, sorry. So, what was your core question, now that I'm done being confused about the release dates?
На нас напали!
That's up to you guys, Silent Fox. I don't put stuff on the list. At least not yet. Someday soon, I hope to be able to put stuff on the list. But we have to get past WoW to get to that point. So what do I think of God of War 5? Well, I thought the story was excellent and the gameplay was trash. If you want more details than that, I'd have to get into spoilers. I think it's the best portrayal of Odin I've ever seen in any media, ever.
Схватить!
Game, don't do this to me. Don't do this. God damn it, game. The controls went weird there.
Что ты делаешь? На нас напали!
This thing is about to blow.
Наемник!
And we're dead. No, I do try to be tolerant to spoilers for obvious reasons. So Odin's fantastic. Obviously, the voice work, the character work, the motion capture, the voice acting, all of that is top-notch. It's some of the best in the business. The level design is trash. The visual continuity is awful. The puzzle design is crap. The fact that they won't stop telling you the actual answer to a puzzle literally 10 seconds after the puzzle is initiated is irritating. The combat is slow and plodding and has plenty of issues with it, which, you know, I've discussed at length before. Please? Please? Okay, that's cool. I think that's it. I don't own Revengeance at this point in time, Czar. So I don't know is the correct answer to that question. I don't mind having a hint system, but I'm not joking about that 10-second thing. It is very aggressive how they just straight up tell you, here's the solution, just so you know. Please stop shooting at me so I can shoot you. Thanks, appreciate it. Where are you going? What are you doing? What are you doing?
That's it. All the officers have been killed. Yosef's reward is on its way.
Cool. Oh, another cheat code, yeah. I tend to like diegetic hints, because we have to be as pretentious as possible about it, when given the option. Yes, Czar. I have to own the game. I have to know... So, okay. There's actually 3 barriers to getting a game to be streamed, Czar. The first barrier is obtainability. If I can't procure a game, then I can't stream a game. I guess that sounds really obvious, but you would be shocked how many times people try to suggest or nominate a game that I have no access to or availability of procuring. The second thing is I have to be able to make sure I can run it. The gap on this has been shrinking over the years. It used to be much, much worse. But if I can't run the game in question, then obviously we have a problem. That leads us to the third and final barrier. It has to be streamable. A lot of games that it's relatively easy to get running, even on a modern PC, are much, much harder to get on camera. Yeah, the very game we're playing right now would not fulfill the final requirement, streamable, if I wasn't actually playing this on an emulated copy. Is mailing me a copy an option? No, because I do not give up my mailbox because I have dealt with harassment and abuse campaigns already in my life, so I just stay as under the hood as I can. I also don't allow people to donate for things in general because that creates a very unpleasant, bad dynamic. No, actually I do have a P.O. box, but I use that for business stuff. And either way, I don't want people to know the city or state I live in either. I'll give you a hint. I don't live in the Eastern time code, or the Eastern state time code, even though I use that as a function of how I operate on stream. I'll be right back.
Что там такое, блин, черт побери, куда она запалилась.
주권자님은 성의 군대를 이기셨습니다. civilians who will give their lives to defend your homes.
Что там такое? Блин, черт побери.
Oh yeah, the internet's terrible. It's actually funny. I've only had a few, toxic interactions. But the really big name streamers and YouTubers, they have that kind of stuff all the time. They have people who break into their houses. They have people who show up on their doorstops wanting to live with them. Like, they get it much worse. What's really sad is one of the biggest reasons they get it so much worse is because they weren't safe from the word go. I used to work in security.
Go on in. Наемник.
You've been a valuable asset. Now that I'm in charge, I'll make good use of you. Starting with this. Sergei's run out of places to hide. He is meeting with Colonel Conley at one of our outposts, probably to arrange his escape. Make sure he doesn't. And in case you have forgotten, this Conley is your Jack of Spades. Michel will give you all the details you need. It is a pity we couldn't work together like this before. This is how it should have been.
Too true, Archeon Vale. For the most part, people are fine. Really. Percentage pies, there's nothing wrong. If I was to be like, my name's Bob and I live at this place, the overwhelming majority of people wouldn't have an issue with that. But all it takes is one asshole with a rock. Ask Alphared how that turned out just a few weeks ago. Or months ago, excuse me. So Sean asks, was Kratos having an entire family off camera a negative? No. We didn't give that a negative either times we played through. It was sort of necessary for the soft reboot nature of the
Joseph
game.
has a good idea where Sergei is hiding, but I don't have a fix on his exact position.
I'll find him, don't worry.
I wonder if Joseph was planning this from the start.
That's my guess. Must have killed him working for an idiot like Sergei.
Have the really dour, doomy Russian music here. I'm assuming this is Russian music because it only plays when we're doing Russian missions.
There's our boy.
That was fast. Not even nearby yet. I don't know if fun is the word I'd use, Sactaft, but no, one of the unpleasantnesses I've noticed, especially
Jin, the North Koreans are attacking Yongbyon. You'd better get back there. If I alert Allied Command, they'll flatten the whole city. You'll have to deal with this on your own.
I always do.
Okay. Yeah. No, you're thinking Red Alert. You're thinking Red Alert. Wow, this guy's fast. Look at this nonsense. No wonder this is the bonus objective. Jesus. Look at this. Oh my god. At the time, yes, Yura. Nowadays, not so much. It's like, oh my god, it's mode 7. Whoa. Buzzwords. So, let's say I allow someone to donate a game. When they donate the game, they now have an automatic presumption that I'm going to stream that game. That's not how that works. That's not in accordance with reality. If I just allowed anybody to donate a game, and then I would immediately stream that, my queue would be an infinite length of death and would never actually shrink. I would just be a non-stop line of games to eventually stream because someone gifted one of them to me one day. So that's the first problem. The second problem is I charge by the hour. I do that because time is the currency that is in question here, the ultimate currency that matters when it comes to streaming. Ah.
The HQ's in bad shape.
Could you... Hey. Stop. Alright, so anyway, so rewind.
Беги!
Piggy.
There's our boy.
Guessing. I've gotten pretty good at guessing over the years. The numbers of games that I have not successfully guessed how long they are is much outweighed by the number of games which I have successfully guessed how long they are. The fact that we're playing 2 games that are longer than I thought they would be in a row doesn't change that
The
fact.
North Koreans are attacking Yongbyon. You'd better get back there. If I alert Allied Command, they'll flatten the whole city. You'll have to deal with this on your own.
I always do.
Anyways, so like, let me use a direct example of why by the hour actually matters. Let's say in a random circumstance, I allow someone to donate a game and I play it. And that game is Persona 5. Ugh, come on, game. How long is Persona 5? Okay. Now, Persona 5 is a bit of an extreme example, but I think it gets across the point very succinctly, because that's exactly what used to happen. That's a few weeks of streaming that one person has effectively taken over from the rest of everybody else who wants to see their game streamed, because they happen to gift that game to me. Make sense? No, come on, I hate everything! Starting with Judo Joker. Like, it creates an automatic imbalance in the system. If all it was you donate, you get your game run, what if someone donated for me to play Mega Man 2? God damn it, why do I always start with the wrong gun equipped? Die. Die in a fire.
Too bad, Sergey.
Literally, in this case. This is why I charge by the hour. Longer runs take more priority in order to get funded, because they're longer. Sense make? It serves as a self-correction on the overall schedule. I don't even know who I'm answering this at this point. I guess I just haven't talked about this in a while. It's not like I have anything to talk about in the mission. That's why I don't allow for donations. People have an automatic presumption of you actually going to, having to play the game that you donated, and it creates an unpleasant precedence of, well, when are you going to play it? What just happened? What did I skip on? I was in the middle of the road. What did I skip on there? See, I disagree with that, Lord Hermon. I absolutely think Persona 5 is too long of a game. I like Persona 5 as a reminder, but I definitely think it is too long. It is, in fact, the very game that gave us the term empty text. Well, that's essentially never happened, Archeon Vale. The only reason I say essentially is because that has happened once. And it was someone who's done some very, very minor work for the game in question. The game was Head-On, if you're familiar with it. So, in short, it's not a problem I've had to deal with yet because I'm sufficiently minuscule and insignificant. Shut up! On the internet that nobody's ever really tried to reach out to me as a developer before. Hi, Evo. Where is he? Where is he? Where's the actual spade? Oh, there he is. Did he take my car? Oh my god, I think he took my car. He's got some health.
The HQ's
Jesus.
about to collapse.
HQ's fine. Shut up. I have been dealing with jank, Evo. Delicious jank.
Lee's been verified. You win again.
Thank God. Hey, I can get the VIP car delivered. An armored civilian car. I mean, that sounds useful. Oh, good. That guy popped into the tank. Which means I can instantly kill him without using any ammo or resources. Because those tanks I kill them with are just free and from the ether. Okay, how's my rep doing with everybody? Game. Game. How's the tank driving? Pretty bad. Pretty bad. Yeah, it's they are tank controls. Can confirm. We might accept a death here. Might be easier than the alternative. So we're gonna die. Ugh. And yeah, we did play Evo's game on camera. Hopefully we'll do that a second time soon. And we did play Euro's Mega Man level, which I never beat. Because there was a Kaizo block. I think I forgot. I don't mind hard. I mind Kaizo blocks. Frickin' Kaizo blocks. Both, Arcanville. You asked for both, you're getting both. I admittedly don't know how long the 3D one is. Or how different it is, or anything about it whatsoever. It's a horror game, that's all I know. I know that you're going to be extremely disappointed by whatever lukewarm, surface-level nonsense thoughts I have about it. And that's about all I got.
It's the mercenary.
Yeah, that doesn't... Like, I understand that those are words, but I have no idea what those words mean, or can't fail. So I suppose I will disappoint you when we get there. It's okay, it's my last hurdle before we get to the finale of the queue. Well, that's an interesting bug. Which we're just gonna live with, because there's nothing I can do about that. Well.
Damn! Attack!
Yep. This is my life. Now the hard part, I gotta land. Without really being able to see the ground. It's down there somewhere.
Two fallen devils, we have come for our land.
Okay.
박 사령관님은 지금 당신을 보시겠습니다.
Sure.
I was wondering when you'd get here. Thought I'd have to play my final hand without you. We got the director of Song's missile program pinned down at a nuclear complex. His name's General Yun, but you'd probably know him better as the King of Spades. We're not exactly sure which one of the sub-facilities he's at, but I figure you blow up enough crap, he'll make a break for it.
You want me to just... Okay. Yeah, I'm not a foreigner. I live in the United States.
Song is, God, I hope so. The sooner you find him, the sooner the AN gets out of here and the Koreans can start rebuilding their country.
Not that I'm aware of, Archeon Vale. The initial quote they give is dependent entirely on your rep the moment they give the quote. Nothing else. So they'll be like, oh, I would rather just kill you, but I'm told I need you. And then they'll tell you the mission. Or, hey, there's my super awesome friend who's amazing. And then they'll tell you the contract. Stuff like that.
I'm glad you stayed on Buford's good side.
I'm sure Colonel Ping's pretty happy about it too.
I've been low on C4 for a while. Let's fix that.
Yeah.
Man, this is a war zone. Please don't just roam through here.
Special delivery.
There we go. Okay.
용병이다.
You know, I wonder if Pandemic are British, because it keeps throwing me you have to enter vehicles from the right side of the vehicle. I don't know, just random thought.
There are 3 possible locations. General Yun could be at any one of them.
What do you want to bet he's just at the farthest one? Which, statistically speaking, would be this one to the far left here.
There's a number card nearby. Check your radar for the location.
No, I'm good. Thanks, though.
That can't be good.
Gotta get across the river. Gotta land.
That can't be good.
Land. Land.
Time to bail out.
Okay. Well, we've decided to land, and we're at 1 health. Cool. I was just thinking to myself, you know, I hate life.
공격해!
Just like that guy. Don't be like that guy. Love life.
I guess he wasn't at the nuclear plant.
Huh. I'm actually a little surprised by that.
나쁜 놈.
Alright, whatever. Let's move on to the next one. A saving throw system. What do you mean, Archeonville?
공격해!
Unless you mean that being in a vehicle when it explodes won't kill you, in which case, no, I don't think that's positive worthy. That's more like an absence of a negative worthy. At least in this exact case. Like in... Oh, you're talking about the fact that you just sit at 1 HP. I'll chew on that. But one thing I've noticed is some other games, like the GTA games, they will kill you if you're in a vehicle when it dies. But GTA games also have built-in mechanics to get out of vehicles very, very quickly. That's true in all of them. Really, Savacom? What did you say?
Not at the reactor either. There's only one place left.
I think we know the objectively correct
General Yun's
decision
taking
there.
it seriously now. He's commanding his troops personally. I've put his location on your SNS.
기어. 나쁜 놈. 피해. 돌격. 공격해. 피해. 나쁜 놈. No.
I don't know, you could be hate watching, which I will never be weirded out. Or I will never not be weirded out as a real thing. Excuse me. No, don't run. Why are you running? Why are you running?
돌격. 미사일.
Quickly, 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 quickly.
피해.
Oh, God, I'm trying to think what that concept is called. There's actually a game development concept. It's how HP bars lie to you. And we're dead. It's really common. The simplest way to put it is, let's say you have 100 HP. And, you take damage, and then you die. So, what the game says is you have 50 HP. But as you're taking damage, the further down the bar is, the more damage you have to take in order to increase the bar actually incrementing. So it's like, you take tons of damage, and then a little damage, and then very little damage as you're getting down here. And it feels like you're just barely holding on by a smidge, and then you get some healing, right? Stuff like that. There's a lot of ways to accomplish that. It's really common in game design. And this game is definitely doing that. What's doubly funny is I can think of another game that does that right off the top of my head. And it irritates the piss out of me because it doesn't do it for you. It does it for the enemy. And that would be the Dark Souls games. Pretty much all of the FromSoft games have that 1 HP barrier mechanic. Where they'll just sit there at 1 HP. And you cannot kill them even if you hit them for 300. And they have 2 HP, it doesn't matter, because now they have 1 HP. Having said that, I do think those kind of mechanics can be done to good effect. I think in this case it's actually something a lot simpler. I think what's happening here is we actually have iframes. We take damage, we do the stagger, we're like, and then it just pauses for a sec. And we actually cannot take damage from it. You kind of just saw that, in that we were hit, we were at 1 damage, we were able to do several things, and then we died. Because the iframes ran out, right? Now, that is presumption, based on analysis. I don't actually know if that's true or not. But that is how it feels to me. I am going the wrong way. Cool. Could you do anything other than shoot at me? Like, literally just anything, really. Anything. Anything.
Hero.
Time to bail out.
Anyways, and we're dead. Okay. Right. So since we're not beating this game today, I have to decide what the hell we're streaming tomorrow. God, I don't know. The shame of it is Shoot His Blood and Teeth is a perfect game to stream tomorrow, because it's a very, very short game that we'll absolutely smash through in, like, a day. So we would have then finished that up Sunday. Okay.
Roger, this is Expo 2. I am in the air.
Could someone hit exclamation mark next really quick, please?
I see your smoke. I'm at the LZ.
Could you not destroy my helicopter that I just bought? Please?
Mayday! Mayday! Expo 2 is going down!
Clear!
It's the mercenary.
In case anybody didn't see what happened.
Area
That should be
secure.
clipped, by the way, if you haven't clipped it. What just happened was that asshole to try to land where I put the thing. As he was landing, one of the vehicles drove up, slammed into him, caused physics to happen. The moment the physics happened, the helicopter started basically getting ping-ponged around the rest of the base as he was still trying to, you know, land. Couldn't land, eventually blew up. And there goes my extremely expensive helicopter I just bought.
It's the mercenary.
Yay. It's the second time in a row I've been robbed by the game I'm playing. That's not fair. Hitman didn't rob me. IOI Interactive robbed me. Or IO Interactive, or whatever their stupid name is. Muggers Mugging Anonymous. In what case, Savicom? That's true. It robbed me of my screwdriver. That's a good point. I bought the screwdriver, died like 20 minutes later. No, that's wrong. More like 2 minutes later. We took out the bridge. Oh. No, I haven't. You're
Holy crap! It's the mercenary.
Okay, I'm gonna call in another helicopter because I was right. I need a helicopter because the bridge is down.
Roger, this is Expo 2. I am in the
So
air.
here's another $50,000. Can I have my goddamn helicopter, please?
I see your smoke. I'm at the LZ.
Then please land. No, land. It's down here. It's that thing that's below you. That's what's called land. I know you've never heard of it because you were born in the air from the metal womb of your great mother. But right now I'm looking for something a little bit more down here.
Наемник.
Crap!
How do you have a Double Dragon roguelite? Or rogue reset? Whichever rogue that is.
Looking for more money, eh? Mercenary?
Yes.
Welcome to the end game, my friend. War between the People's Republic and South Korea may be unavoidable. The South Koreans move their troops toward Dandong even as we speak. Once my reinforcements arrive, of course, the South Koreans will be forced to retreat. But until then, I must protect my artillery. Should the South Koreans take the artillery before my reinforcements arrive, well, we shall not let this happen, shall we?
I will help the glorious Western Taiwanese people defeat the Southern Korean
South
people.
Koreans move and strike with a high degree of tactical organization. It is because of Buford.
Well, yeah, obviously the only people in South Korea who could ever possibly lead a military or tactical campaign is the American guy. I mean, duh, right? So what was the description here? Or was it just roguelite and that's it? I don't know, what do you think, Ross? Do you think we could do Resurgence in 3 shifts?
Peng really seems to have it in for Buford.
Peng seems to have it in for everyone.
Oh, this looks like fun. We have a choice of gear. And a hold the line mission. Wonderful.
One of the weapons has been destroyed. Another one is destroyed. This may be tougher than we thought.
You know what, let's just reload that. I am totally a Chinese person. Beep boop. I don't know, let's do a show of hands. How many of you would rather see us do Modern Warfare 2R over the weekend, and how many of you would rather see us do Star Trek Resurgence? I think those are the 2 categories we're staring at right now. Both of them are pretty short games. I'd set up a poll, but I know nobody actually votes in those. Where is this jackass? I can't even see him. There he is.
One of the weapons has been destroyed. Don't
How?
panic. We'll still see a good payday out of this if you keep the other ones intact.
Seriously, how? Who is our majority shareholder in Star Trek? It's actually a good question. Or do we even have one? We don't. There's no real... Oh, no. I'm sorry. I'm wrong. Ross is the majority shareholder in Resurgence. It's a pretty even spread of interest.
进攻！
Anybody who's donated a substantial amount of money to a run is called a majority shareholder. Euro. That's the only requirement I have. The overwhelming majority of people who donate towards a specific run only donate like a single sub towards it, or one bundle of bits, or one donation, right? So, $2, for example. The majority shareholders are usually people who've been consistently putting interest in the run over a long period of time. The reason I wasn't sure we had one for Star Trek Resurgence was most of the people who had donated for it had donated like 30, 40 bucks. which is pretty unusual for that kind of thing. Who is shooting at me and why? Why are you shooting at me? Quit it. Quit shooting at me. Well, a top donor is usually by definition a majority shareholder, but I get your point. Let's just tank all my South Korea rep. It's okay, I've done all their missions, so I don't care at this point. That's also true, Savicon. Like, for example, I'm allowing Shadow Machine to screw with my schedule right now in order to make sure that he's there for the Blue to Shoot His Blood and Teeth run. Whoa, 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 whoa. You know, that's actually a good question, Ross. I'm sorry, what's your question off the deeper end? Modern Warfare 2R's majority shareholder is... Oh, jeez. Looks like no one. I see a whole lot of ones, a couple of fives, 1 6, 1 1, another 1, another 5. Yeah, it looks like there's nobody. We don't actually have a majority shareholder for Modern Warfare 2R. Don't mistake me, I'm looking forward to playing Resurgence. That's not really what this is about. The relevant point is what we're playing tomorrow. I hope to do at least one multiplayer run of Stellaris. What is probably most likely to happen based on my own experiences with the game is we probably won't do a lot of full runs of Stellaris. But we'll do several partial runs, right? And maybe at least one run into endgame to show off said endgame. God damn it. God damn it. Whatever. What would be best for you, Ross? Be honest with me here. Like weekends, days. Do you like how no audio played that entire time, by the way? Oh, I see. So yeah, I don't actually... As weird as this is going to sound, I don't charge dollars per hour. I charge priority per hour. Very much on purpose. Probably not Lord Haramont, because we know exactly how multiplayer Stellaris runs go, especially long-term runs, because most people don't have 9 hours a day to play a game with me. Maya? Dinner? Oh, okay. Thank you. It's apparently dinner. So, what we usually do for those kind of runs is we let players pop in and out, right? Let them, you know, be replaced by the AI effectively when they're not in charge. But I also know that that tends to suck, because then they come back and they have no idea what's going on and their AI has ruined their empire, right? So, I absolutely would like to do that kind of a thing. But we're probably not going to do that for the long-term run. Either way, it is apparently dinner time. Friday or a weekend. Let's try to aim for next Friday, Ross. And I'll try to warp around that as best as I can. The upcoming games list is actually really malleable right now because so many of the games on that list are A, short, and B, being pushed by one person. So yeah, let's go ahead and try to commit to Modern Warfare 2R tomorrow. and finishing up this, obviously. And then we'll do Shoot His Blood and Teeth Monday or Tuesday, depending. And I'm not sure what after that, honestly. But something in between Shoot His Blood and Teeth and Resurgence. Maybe Project Wingman. That's a pretty short game. Yeah, we'll do Project Wingman, I think. Because Citizen Sleeper is going to be a big question mark in terms of length. And once that's done, we're up to the Doom block, and then the horror game, and then the Paper Marios, and then Zelda. And I think that's it. Either way, I'll see you guys tomorrow.